Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question tonight: are they killing off Eric on the Bold and the Beautiful? Now, if you watch today's episode, you know exactly what up happening. The dude at this point is coughing up blood. Um, he has some. They said that he might have some sort of condition, vascular cerebral or cerebral vascular disease or something like that that affects not the blood, but you're gonna have to sit there and look that up. But it affects something. I think the way blood flows to like the brain and everything like that, which would explain the tremors in his hands. But he said he wasn't even too sure. So I kind of sat there, was like, okay, so then what did you come here for? What did you come here for if that was the case? If you're not even too sure, what did you come here for? As always, we recently to talk about all the shows, GH, well, okay, Born and Beautiful, Young the Restless, Days of Our Lives, and GH, even though GH isn't going to be on until tomorrow because they decided to put on baseball today because that made sense. Let's do some roll call as we are coming in. Make sure that you do hit the like button. It really does actually help. Melly Mel, my heart queen. Monique is in the chat. Spider Quake is in the chat. I, as you usually do. As you usually do. Well, so is EJ the sunny of days? That's a really good question. Um, that's a really good question because he's not like Sunny. And the fact that he is just more evil. You know, he has no problems that they're ordering people dead. Um, he's a lot more darker than Sunny. You know, he's not Kentucky. He's not like the mob guy, but he's like the business guy. So that's a really good question, Black. I mean, that's a really good question, Spider Quake. Black Mom's in the chat. But Spider Quake, okay? So what you thought of Wait, what you thought of Days of Our Lives today? What did you think of Days of Our Lives? Spikewick says Jason and Kimberly brung Susan back to EJ's the hitman, so the hit might now end. Yes, unless he didn't get that call. Unless he didn't get that call. Spikewick says, I mean it's okay, nothing special yet. Yeah, you gotta give it some time. What's good, Lashanta? What's good, Christopher? How you doing tonight? Hope you had a great day. But yeah, even with that, you gotta give it some time. Let's as usual, I gotta sit there and make sure that the audio is good. If this effing phone works. Yep, I know. Um, Ronnie Ron, I'm tired of AJ and his foolish orders hit. How is it foolish? Oh, okay, so she's coming back soon. Okay. All right, thank you, Mel, for letting me know. Monique says they will wait until Eric is on his way to meet God to finally. Exactly, Monique. Exactly. Spikewick says because I know I saw Xander and the other guy, I forgot his name. Oh, Rex. Yep, Rex. Why does he need to go to jail? Why does he need to go? And why does he look stupid for it? Hey, here's the thing. It doesn't. Here's the thing. I look at it as like it doesn't matter to me if Susan is alive. You tried to kill his mother. I feel like here's the thing. I look at it as like it doesn't matter. There we go. It doesn't matter if she's alive. You still try to kill his mother. You still tried to kill his mother. So as far as I'm concerned, um, Spyquick says Rafe won. Yeah, yeah, they got history. They got history. They dated the same woman apparently. Sammy back in the day. Yeah, they got history. And plus, AJ is, well, let's be honest, he's kind of a dick. Be honest. The Hunter says, "Why Rex go to Xander? That's his baby." Oh, we got a new person here, Doug. How you doing? How you doing today, Doug? Let's everyone say what's up to Doug. Christopher says, according to Belinda, so yes, yes, that's very true. That's very true. It is come back on tomorrow. Ron says that's why he looks stupid when he learns that Eric is the baby daddy and not him. I want to say he looks stupid, but okay. Darby, what's good, Darby? 1 second. Okay, I had to come back. Oh, oh, there we go. Exactly. Welcome, Doug. Welcome, Doug. So yeah, Sean. All right. So Alyssa's in the chat. Was good, Alyssa. There we go. Want to post this question. Last days in the chat was good. Last day. Um, Douglas said, "I watched Young and the Restless today. I'm Team Adam. All the way he shouldn't have apologized. Sally needs to just admit her feelings and get back together with Adam. That's what she really wants. No games." Yeah, we gonna get into that. Laura B is in the chat. What's good, Laura B? Let's say I watched days. Not only saw the last 10 minutes of B&B. We gonna get into this whole Sally thing. We gonna do that because um yes, should Belle forgives should Belle forgive Sean on Days of Our Lives? Very curious of people's thoughts on that. Now, going into this whole Sally thing, this is I know a lot of people love being Team Nick and Team Adam and Team Nina and Team Carly. I'm Team Logic first of all, but Ida's in the chat was good. Ida, Alyssa, I think Belle should forgive Sean because he forgave her for cheating. Yes, and she was doing it a lot. Danny, how are you doing today? Danny, I went. What is going on with your socials, Danny? Let's see if I can actually do 201. Oh, okay. I guess that's going. Um, Autumn says, "Yeah, I read a spoiler. Hope is going to give Deacon an ultimatum: either get rid of Sheila or lose her and the grandkids forever." Yeah, exactly. And we all knew that was going to wind up coming. Exactly. So she is. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Christopher. Exactly. Davlin says Finn will probably recommend he speaks to Liam to get back together with him. This is why Finn can get away. This is this way Finn can get away from Steffi. Darby says EJ has a knack for choosing the most stupidest hitman. The guy already pulled out his gun to shoot Xan, and Rex shows up, and the hit guy decides to get. Exactly. Jonathan's in the chat was good. Jonathan. Um, exactly, Ron. And what's good, Jonathan? Double Sisters, I think Sean Bell needs marriage counseling. Yeah, they definitely need that. Yeah, it's not an easy. I think she should try to work towards forgiving him by again, yes, counseling. Now, okay, this whole Sally and Nick and Adam thing. See, I look at it. I don't do. I know some people love doing their teams and everything like that. Where's this comment at? I really gotta actually go right back to the. Okay, there we go. Danny says been busy with my channel or they have not come to check in. No, but Danny, I don't see your channel. That's my whole thing. I went to your channel, it's not there. Unless you have a new channel, a new link somewhere. All right, maybe I gotta go and try to find it again. Doug said I might be able to tolerate Nick if he gets back with Sharon. That's the only time he ever. Okay. Um. Yeah. I don't see. My whole thing is like I don't feel like it's Nick's fault. I don't feel like it's Nick's fault. I feel like both brothers are being played by Sally, right? If you watch this episode, Sally was literally sitting there just being hella greasy and disrespectful to Adam, right? I don't even understand why people want those two back together. This is the thing for me that's just laughable. The way she was being so disrespectful to him, I don't understand how anyone actually wants Adam to be back with Sally when she clearly don't know what she wants. She clearly loves Smith. They're playing. Well, not that she loves playing these games, but she's playing games with both brothers. She's not doing Nick any favors. She's not doing Adam any favors either. Autumn says, why would Finn recommend that Hulk get back with Liam? All he does is lead each woman on, and when it doesn't work with the other, he goes running to the other woman. Finn wouldn't recommend that to Hulk. Is it? Is it? Okay. Hey, I got you. Well, I have two episodes of Ahsoka Tano to watch, and then once I finish that, then I'll start with Loki, which is great because I actually have 3 days off, so it's actually kind of perfect timing. Um, he's going to strip custody from. Ah, okay. All right, now. When they said Deacon is playing with fire, advocating for Sheila to defend. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what the hell that's about. But he's choosing Sheila over his daughter. So Double C says I haven't seen says why not, but Adam needs a new love interest. I've been playing games since she was in LA. Yeah, exactly. But for some odd reason, no one ever wants to hold Sally accountable for anything. No one ever wants to hold Sally accountable for anything. Nick is pretty much just the devil at this point. He's responsible for pollution, every known disease to man, and anything else. What's good, Lobby? Why the okay. What's good, Lobby? Douglas says Nick is not an innocent victim either. He knew Sally had feelings for Adam. I mean, yeah, I felt like he should have probably just walked away from that whole situation in general. But see, my whole thing is like people wanted Nick to step back and let those two work it out. There's nothing to work out if Sally doesn't want to be with Adam. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Nick would have said no. She just would have chose somebody else. She just would have sat there and chose somebody else because any other person would have just been a placeholder until she decided to admit her feelings for Adam. But that's a Sally problem. That's not a Nick problem. You know. Sally has a brain. She can sit there and decide if she wants to be with somebody or not. Even if Nick wanted to be with her, it wouldn't matter if Sally was brave enough and honest enough with herself to go to be with Adam. So again, that's a Sally problem. Autumn says, like I said, Albert, both Newman brothers need to really leave Sally alone. She's being so disrespectful to both. Exactly. That's my, yes. Gemini's in the chat. What's good, Gemini? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking the question tonight, Lord B. Are they gonna kill him off? Alyssa, I don't like the fact EJ wants to put a hit on Xander, but I'm here for framing Rex. Rex gotta go. He can't keep Xander away from his daughter. Okay, I can. Yeah, that's cool. I get what you're saying. I respectfully agree to disagree. Let's put it that way. I respectfully agree to disagree. Gemini says Sally has been a hot mess and never knows what she wants. Exactly. But somehow we're always going to sit there and blame Nick for everything. Um, Never hold Sally accountable for anything. I'm not gonna lie, Mel. See, okay. When they start doing things like that, and I'm glad you liked it, right? I'm glad you liked it. I personally thought it was pretty stupid, to be honest. It's like it's like a very lazy way of snip their writing. Susan's like, "Oh, I pray for the chains to be looser," and now he's able to break the chains. It's like, all right, come on, like really? They break up Nick, and yeah, I mean that makes sense, Monique. That makes sense. Um, Autumn says, "All right, I can't wait for a G's tomorrow's episode to see what punishment Sunny picks for Gladys." What's Sunny? What? Yeah, exactly. That's not going to happen. She probably going to get beat. She probably going to be getting packed. He probably going to sit there and send her right back home. Gemini, I think it says something about cerebral vascular disease. That's what it's called, cerebral vascular disease. And I know it affects something with the blood flow between the brain and the body. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta sit and look it up a little bit more. I don't want to give misinformation, but it's serious. I'll tell you that much. Gemini. Johnson says, so EJ is finally going after Xander after all this time. Yeah, yeah, he just waited for a long time. Alyssa, I know Xander isn't going to get killed off, but Rex needs to humble himself. Johnson says, I think if anything, Sonny would banish Gladys from town. That's exactly what I'm just saying. That's what I was gonna sit there and say. Laura B says, I don't know the character of Sally well. Thinks she needs a break from a relationship and decides what she wants. Exactly. Instead of going back and forth and playing ping pong between two brothers. Here's the thing. This is exactly what I had a problem with Elena. I literally will sit there and give Elena the same amount of smoke because she did that too. But somehow she gets a pass for some people because reasons. What's good, Big Nate? Doug says, I don't like Diana either. She's pretty much expects Jack to fire Billy for what totally foolishness and not her place. I thought about that, Alyssa. I mean, unfortunately, the problem is when you start coughing up blood, it could be anything. It could be any single thing, unfortunately. What's good, Nicole? Nicole's audio was good. Thank you for joining us again. Honestly, did Eric give a reason why he won't tell the family about? I think it's pride. Honestly, Charles, if he didn't actually give a reason, but if I had to guess one, I would sit there and say it's pride. I would say it's pride. Christopher is Jill Billy's mama. I think so. Yeah, I think she is. I think she is. I want to confirm with the chat, but I think she is. Thank you, Lobby. Thank you. Make sure you do hit the like button. We got 30 people in the chat. I have no idea how many likes we have, but the likes does keep me on the algorithm. Also, people sharing the video keep me in the algorithm. I have no idea how many likes we have, but okay, that's I'm really not a fan of my voice sometimes. Okay, we got 14 likes. Got 14 likes. Got 30 people in the chat. So yeah. Dog said Devon and Nate deserve to blame for that too. Elaine is not the villain. They used her, and oh god, okay. All right, well, I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. Yeah, you're right. She's not to blame. She literally sat there and played ping pong between two two family members, but no, she's totally innocent in that. She literally sat there and cheated on both of them. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Alyssa, yeah, to Robert, it's ugly. Eric and Rich aren't getting along. Yeah, yeah, it's a shame. And again, that just Alyssa, this is what I like to sit there and call the male fragile ego, right? Male fragile ego. Ron says, I bet if Sheila was over here, Liam and Wyatt talking about the kiss between him and Steffi. Will she keep it? No, she won't. You know that answer. You know she won't. Duan says Sally didn't do anything wrong with laughing emojis. Yes, that's exactly how I feel. Yeah, exactly. That's why I read it too. I read it too. It was a little complicated. I didn't want to sit there and give out misinformation, but it's bad. It's bad. Lorby says, I think Rich would be sympathetic to her. Exactly. Like I said, Lorby, the male fragile ego. The male fragile ego is a serious thing. It can lead to very serious problems. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't have, okay. Like I said, I had no problem sitting there dragging her because I felt like she literally did sit there and try to play ping pong between two dudes. She cheated on both of them, and then sat there and played Crimea River when Nate did the same thing. And here's the thing, although I don't sit there and condone what Nate did, I don't condone what Nate did. I mean, let's be honest. You knew that Nate was trash for a very long time. And the thing is, you were in love with how Nate was when he was a doctor, okay? And the thing about people is that we grow and we change, we evolve. She didn't grow with him, She didn't grow with him. It doesn't excuse what he did, but, it is what it is. I find it very hard to sit there and have sympathy for somebody who got cheated on. And he did the same thing not that long ago. You know what I mean? So, like, they literally did the same thing. So two wrongs don't make it right, but I just don't have it in me to sit there and be like, man, you know, just don't. That's just me. Lashanta says Billy is John's son, so stay in your lane. Jack Ricky would do it first. She started with Ashley, now Billy, her colors coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see how it plays out with Diane. I know a lot of people don't like Diane for different reasons, mostly because of the stuff she did in the past. So what she's doing now is kind of sus. I'll sit there and say that much, but um, Ron says Rex is just sneaky. His mother was telling him and the truth, but he wants to go confront Xander. How did the hitman got his number? Anyways, I'm not gonna lie. That's actually a very good question, Ron. That's why I always feel like 10% of what you're saying makes sense. This is one of those 10%. LaShanta says, how you think Vicky's gonna feel about Nate leaving Newman? Oh, I didn't even know that she's leaving. Well, I mean, I know the next episode's already playing, but Gemini says, wait, how you think Diane actions are sus? I mean, here's the thing, Gemini. Other people have watched this show a longer time than me. They know the character more than me, right? They know all the stuff that she did. I'm not evaluating on what she's did. I'm evaluating on what she's doing now. That's my thing. Um, and up until this point, she hasn't done anything that was sus to me. Now, people don't like her because of the stuff that she did in the past, and I get that. But that's not how I'm looking at it. I'm judging her from her actions as when she got back. So that's just me. The quick says your hype updates and all the episodes I've seen were higher than a six. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't even know how to sit there and even really answer that question. Jack running the company, Kyle second in command, Diane is number three. Monique says, has a feeling they will find out Eric's illness during an epic fashion. Yeah, maybe yes. I can see that happening. But I mean, just in general, Spiderquake, I don't know. I mean, my whole thing is Spiderquake is hard to sit there and try to compare another show more than like. Here's the thing: I like GH more than Days. I find some of the episodes sometimes more better than GH. That's my thing. GH is the better show between GH and Days, but there's episodes where GH is very lackluster compared to Days of Our Lives because GH is very up and down. It's either really good or it just feels like a spoiler. At least with Days, is very consistent. You know? Yeah, I mean, I get that part, Lashanta. That's why I said her actions is sus, right? But here's my whole thing though. I'm just like that's why I said up until this point, I didn't really think much of it. I didn't think much of it. Um, Nicole said I thought GH wasn't no it's tomorrow. Chris Starr is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Alyssa Days is better than GH. Here's the thing. Days is better as far as being consistent than GH. GH may have a amazing week, but then the following week is very up and down. Days is very consistent. I think that's why sometimes I'll sit there and praise Days more than GH. Um, where the youngins at all boomers today. What's good, Krista? Gemini says, I still don't know why Kyle is pissed at Jack moving him out of market because the owner gave the company a Summer, then spoke blank. Summer could have taken her company and went to the Newmans. Yeah, I don't really know much about that history. I understand where Kyle is coming from, but given the history, mm, I don't know. Alyssa, as you should, Albert, GH is good sometimes, but the pacing is slow. Yeah, and that's the thing. And then Alyssa sometimes will be really great for a week, but it's not consistent. I think that's my whole issue. Um, Monique said, chatting while watching Nightmare on Elm Street, the updated version. You know, Monique, I always actually want to watch that. I always want to watch that movie. Yeah, I agree with that. You know what? Dog, I actually agree on that. I actually agree on that. Gemini says Days is better because they start and end stories, unlike GH. Exactly, and that's the thing. And this is exactly where I give points to Days. GH will go way longer than it should. Have a good night, Nicole. Jonathan, I'm gonna read your comment. Sorry about that. Do you think either Rex or Xander or Rex will end up getting shot? I think Xander will. Or maybe it could be Rex. That's a really good question. Krista said there's a big debate on the YNR boards between YNR and GH and who's better. Majority of the fans are pro GH over YNR. That's a good one. Have a good night, Doug. It could be either one. That's a really good question. Spike Quick says, Albert, whenever you say you don't know Days history, you don't sound like a boomer until we remember you started Days like 2 or 3 years ago. That's true. That's true. I did. Um, Christo said there's a big debate. Okay. Well, so YNR and GH speaks to two different crowds. YNR is basically more for an older crowd. GH is more for a younger crowd, to be honest. Um, so it's very interesting. Spike Quick GH is the most famous soap opera, probably. It is. It is. That I can sit there and say is true. Yeah, I never actually checked the ratings. I wouldn't sit there and say that. I wouldn't sit there and say that. But here's the thing, Spike Quick. It speaks for a different crowd. Okay, let me take. Hold on. It does speak for a different crowd. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. There's times where YNR can actually have a better episode than GH. Um, Johnson says, "Well, Bell is definitely not going to reach." Oh yeah, well, of course not. No, yeah, that's a wrap. Jonathan, that's a wrap. Um, well, Boomer and Boring keep it on B&B. Here's the thing, though, Spider Quick. I do feel I don't. I would sit there and say B&B could be for a younger crowd to some extent. What's good, Ambassador Sam? B&B could be for a younger crowd. I would sit there and say. I can't say that about B&B. Um, that's Ron. That's not always true. That's not always true. I'm not gonna. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it is, but not all the time. It does have a bad reputation. I'll sit there and say that much. Wanna Beautiful ain't got no hot women on there that are that are over 60. Is that what you mean? That's not true. Hmm. No, actually, that's not true. That's actually not true. Steffi is actually young and she's gorgeous. Paris is gorgeous. Yeah, Luna on there right now. She's gorgeous. That's actually not true. Um, well, that's the thing that happened. I don't think he watches BNB. Um, let's say BNB is more towards the older crowd. You think so? That's exactly what I was going to say. Yes, Paris, Luna. Um, Johnson says Passion was definitely geared towards a younger crowd. Nate says, "What are your thoughts on John Cook resigning with BNB for three? As okay, you know what, Nate? Actually, that's actually an interesting question. I gotta look at that. I mean, here's the thing. I saw him coughing up blood today, so I'm just like, how is he resigning? How is he actually signing up for 3 more years? And how is he signing up for 3 more years? And the dude is literally coughing up blood today. But Quick says, I love all them up and stuff. He's the only one that's hot. Okay, well, I mean, that's your opinion. But I mean, the point is, um, yeah, I can see that's quite quick. But the point is, the point is they actually do have young and vibrant women on there, and young and vibrant people on there as well. Thomas isn't old. Hope isn't old. Liam isn't old. Ben isn't old. Um, so I can't sit there and say it's for an older crowd. It's necessarily for an older crowd. Especially with the whole fashion and everything like that. I can't even sit there and say that I can see it for that much of an older crowd. Exactly that Davlin. And that's the thing, Alyssa. Because Nate just got on here saying that exactly Davlin. Nate just got on here and was like, he's signing up for 3 more years. John Cook, the guy that plays Eric, and I'm just like, okay, now Duane says Sergio said it's a lie. John Cook hasn't renewed his contract. Okay. Exactly, and if that's the case, then yeah, we can pretty much kind of maybe seeing Eric go bye bye. That's why the question's up there. Fletcher says Paris, I think is a 2 and Stephanie's a 9. Okay. See, but here's the thing, Spider Quake. You put Maxi. What? Okay, Spider Quake. What number did you give Maxi again? Thank you, Blackmon. Thank you. Yes, make sure you hit the like button. It really does actually help. Where are we on the likes? Why is this not moving? Move your A. Wow, that's a really. I hope it's more than 27 likes. Should be more than 27 likes, if it ever. Wow, that's not really. I hope it's more than 27. Okay, so we got 18 likes. All right. Well, if you are signed in, definitely hit the like button. Okay, yeah, you put her as 6. See, this. Like, quick, you're my guy, but when you start giving certain characters ratings like Maxi's a 6, this is where I just like, yeah, I can't. Yuan says Paris is a 7 and 8 when she has hair. You know what? Here's the thing. When she's actually put together, I would sit there and give her an 8.5. I would give Paris an 8.5. So Johnson says always consider BNB too skew more towards the younger crowd because the younger crowd tends to get more focus on. Yes, and that's very true. Oh no, I do not blame you. You have a great night, Monique. It's always good to see you. Ryan says I read the host CBS Soap Dish along with Jay Money said there's a rumor John Cook. Yeah, that's what I was like. I was wondering. Why quick says are you telling me that? Yes. Why quick Mac? Okay. Why quick. Let's just be very clear about this. Maxie Jones is a four and nothing more. Okay, she's a four. She is a four. Jarvis, how my day was good. I was scared because, well, yeah. Anytime you see somebody, yeah, I was gonna sit there and say I was like Spider, like I said, Spider Cookie, my guy, but I'm not. I'm not. Johnson says, "How do you think Tucker will retaliate?" That's a really good question. Um, that's a really good question because here's the thing: they can already sit there and see the whole embezzlement thing not going to work out. They know that he's embezzling. They know that Billy isn't really embezzling on anything. So that's actually a really good question. Well, how do you? Okay, Johnson, how do you think he's actually going to retaliate? All right, well, it's quite quick. That's your opinion, so you're entitled to have it. You're entitled to have it. Um, but that's a damn good question. That's a really good question. I do not know. Ron says Albert Taylor is gorgeous and Brooke and her Logan sisters are the okay. That I'm just gonna let you rock in the corner somewhere, Ron. Johnson says I think Tucker might blackmail Adam. Blackmail Adam. Hmm. Well, what would he actually? Okay, what would he actually have? I think he would actually. What do you think he would actually have to actually be able to blackmail? What do you think they would actually have? Because I can see him doing that. Really interesting. It just depends on what leverage he has. Oh yeah, no, I love my girl Donna. Hello, Crystal Hawkins. Yeah, that girl wasn't the same. It's like, well, it depends. That's always like it depends on what info that he has. I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't put it past Tucker. Wouldn't. I haven't even actually. Hmm. All right. Well, if you say so, it's like quick. I will respectfully agree to disagree with you on that. Johnson says he might use some damaging information regarding Connor to get Adam to do his bidding. Okay, I see that working out. Yeah, well, here's the thing, Ron. It doesn't even matter because the actress is leaving the show, and that's something else. Um, Lashanta says Tucker has nothing on Adam. He's not scared. Okay, you say so. Hmm. Well, if you say so, it's very quick. Um, I mean, Talia's pretty and everything. Not taking points away from her. Darby says, I don't even think the info Adam gave Jack can still be used against any use against Tucker. Why is that? I can see where that's coming from, but then I'm also just like, well, here's the thing. Here's who it will screw over. It will screw over Audra. It'll screw over Audra because Audra's part of that. I mean, the cover up of the cover up. My coach says, how do you think Paris is harder than Talia? Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm not a fan. Yeah. I mean, sometimes when she puts like the weird, wacky hair, like the different color hair, actually, when she actually has some braids and stuff like that in her hair, um, I think if her hair and makeup and everything like that's on point, yeah, yeah, I do. Bobby says there may be drama as may, but I don't think so. I love how you say, bro, what? But you put Maxie at a 6. You put Maxie at a 6. LaShanta says, Albert, did you see Tucker was mad and expect Audra to leave Nikki and comfort him? Yeah, I saw that. No, I get that. I get that quite quick. I'm not, not knocking you for that. I am not knocking you with that. Yeah, she's alright. She alright. Yeah, I would say, like I said, I would give her. Well, I would give her. I guess I would give her a 7.5. I'll give her a 7.5. Listen, 7 um is above average. So she definitely is above average. So I would sit there and give her a 7.5. You actually have. Um, what's good, Dolly? Thank you for joining. And Chandel is in the chat. How you doing? Juan says Max, you're Gladys. Damn, that's a rough. You know what? Honestly, tell you the truth, I think I may actually have to go with. Oof, and I think they both are at a 4, but I guess I'll go with Gladys. I guess I will go with Gladys. Juan, that's a rough choice. Darby says because before he was still trying to set up a company with Ashley, that info could embarrass him and her. Now that he's alone, he shouldn't care about the info. And Dolly's like, oh, here comes Abba with the his pity points. Oh my goodness, I love it. Ron says, Albert, I know that you're going to disagree with me, but too bad even Sheila's. Oh, Ron. Ron. Never change, Ron. Never change, Ron. You make me laugh too much. Oh, okay. Well, I respect your opinion, Spike Quick. And Ron, you are just too funny. You are just. Chandel says, "Do you think Eric is dying?" Um, ain't good. It ain't good. I'll tell you that much. Christopher says, in real life, the woman who plays Gladys from GH is a yoga instructor and very spiritual. I mean, spiritual. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, Laura Wright is a I'm pretty sure she's a yoga instructor also. I'm pretty sure Black Quick says I even think Chanel is hard and I think she's like a 6.5 or a 7. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I would, yeah, I would give Chanel, I'll give Chanel a 7. I'll give her a 7. Bobby says Tucker likes Audra, but when push comes to shove, it's every person for themselves, and Tucker would feed Audra to the wolves to save him. Yeah, I believe that too. I believe that too. You know, the sad thing is, I'm pretty sure she believes that as well. I'm pretty sure she believes that as well. Run, 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 run. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it's not good. I think they can possibly kill him off. I think that they could. Also, I hope that AJ can get a hint who the mystery person that took Susan. Yeah, I mean, exactly. I was wondering about that too because there was like two men actually brought Susan to Edmund. Um, okay. Well, Crystal Hawkins, if you say so. Um, that's your opinion, and you're allowed to have it. Lasanta said Tucker and Audrey deserves each other. Johnson says B&B should bring Rick back to the show. I don't know who that is. Oh, you know, Spider Quick. That's her rating and not yours. So you don't have to agree. I don't agree that you think that Maxie is above a 4, but it don't seem me that they're harping on that too much. So that's her opinion. She's allowed to have it. Jim Dale says why the animosity towards Riz, though why the competition? The male fragile ego. That's why Chin The male fragile ego. The a lot of times most men, including myself, we have this urge to sit there and try to prove something, even if it's um proving it against another male. We just we're very here's the thing, Chindel, we're very competitive. Okay. Most of us are very competitive. So that's just we don't like to lose. Even if we're not even if we're not good enough to win, we don't like to lose. That's the truth of the matter. Okay, I see we're still stuck in that rating system with Trina. That's refreshing. Robert says maybe with Eric sick, his younger two children will come back. His younger two children. He has what? That's two children. Now says, "I do you think that Audra is going to have competition?" Oh, of course, absolutely, absolutely. Listen, they bring her back. They didn't bring her back for no reason. So she's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like and that's the thing. I don't know. Um, Alyssa, I knew that Eric and Rick are related. I didn't even know. I didn't even know about Rick and Eric um somebody says something. Johnson says Rick Forrest says Eric and Brooks' son. They have a what you call it. They have a son. Of course, they have a son. That's so weird. LaShanta says, I understand that Tucker is mad because Ashley led him on, but why go after Jabal? Um, yeah, it is. It is very stupid. Tucker says, Albert, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm keeping it respectful. If I don't find a woman attractive, I don't. No, I get that. I just, it's her opinion. I don't understand why we need to sit there and keep harping on it for her. You don't have to agree with her opinion. I don't agree. I sit there and I think Donna's a 10. And other people don't agree with that. Guess what? I don't care. Because it's what I believe. So if she thinks that, let her think that. That's you know, it doesn't need to be a back and forth with every single time that they talk about Trina. Um Bobby says his two children were Brooke, Albert is Eric, RJ, aka Ridge, and Bridget. Christopher says whatever happened to Thornton. That's a real yeah. I'm new to the show still. Well, it's very quick. When I'm trying to do it, is I'm trying to avoid an argument because I can see it going that way every time that you and her talk. Bobby says to be fair, Albert, I look at B&B. Yeah, I feel like I need to do that as well. I feel like I need to do that as well. Johnson says Trevor version of Tucker reminds me his version of Todd. Man, I can see that. I can see that. And I only saw him for a little bit. I can see that a little bit. Barbie says I still need to catch up a lot. Me too. And this is pretty much what I do. Mel says I bet that's the reason um Claire Grace is back in Genoa City to get revenge on Tucker for her parents' death. Hmm. That'd be interesting. Chandel says Taylor doesn't mention Jack either. She gave birth to him. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's new to me. Well, I mean, to be fair to Havlin, I do it too. I do it too. I rate you know I rate women too. So it's just something that we do for fun. It's not really that big of a deal. Um, but yeah, like I said, I know the character is going to come in and it's going to have some sort of drama, which is something that we all want. Now, Mel says, I told you that Tucker got into a car crash in Monte Carlo, so Claire Grace mentioned her parents in a car crash, so Tucker was going. Ah, yeah, no, you did say that. Here's the thing, it happened so long ago, right? Like you mentioned that so long ago, so I'm glad you actually, refreshed my memory. Lorby said that was a messed up storyline when Tucker, with Taylor and Nick wanted a child. She was accidentally impregnated with Brooke's eggs. Let it go, Spiderquake. Let it go. Jindal says Jack is Brooke and Nick's biological son, but Taylor carried him. Yeah, it's weird. You know, I have to tell you, Jindal, you know what it reminds me of? Days. Vivian, Philip, and Kate. Okay? Vivian, Philip, and Kate. That's exactly what that story, that's exactly what that storyline um reminds me of. Now, Duane says, why is Kiki looking so much better on YNR than on GH? It might here's the thing, it might be the clothes. It might be the clothes, it might be the makeup. But that's honestly tell you do actually have a point. Lashanta said, did you catch the jab broke through it? Oh yeah, it wasn't even a jab. It was literally she just threw it in her face. And then she tried to walk it back like what? Like she didn't say she act like the comment was innocent and she knew it wasn't. Um Old Trina has more chemistry, but they dress this new Trina tons better. Cleo, is that Cleo Girl 82? I thought it was interesting. I like the Eric stuff. I want last thing I want to know more about Luna. I want to know more about Luna. Also, I said this in your comment section, but you have a nice haircut though. You have a nice haircut. I like it. Like it's very professional, very very GQ. Yeah, that's what I was gonna sit there and say. Cleo Girl 82. Of course, of course, of course. That's how we doing these chats. That's how we do in these chats, and we generally do have a good time when people aren't starting drama. Um, yes, welcome. Lasanta says, "Do you think Gwen's through with Leo?" No, and I don't even think I think it's more just the simple fact that as far as Gwen is concerned, Leo is her only friend. Leo is her only friend, right? She's gonna be mad, her ego, whatever, which I think is kind of stupid to some extent, but she's going to eventually get over it. De Havilland says, I wonder if Luna is the product of an affair of Lee had. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, De Havilland. If Lee actually had an affair, ooh, am I going to tear her a new one because she kept talking about Jack and his affair with Sheila? So if she did the same thing, I'm going to tear her a new one. You know how? Okay, well, see, I have a thing about people who cheat and then get cheated on, plays the victim, and everyone wants to sit there and be like, "Well, I understand why she's angry." It's like Elena. It's like Elena. I drag Elena for a reason. I don't just do it just because I'm just going to decide to do it. I drag Elena because on she cheated on two guys, and the person that's not going to be named wasn't it defending her, talking about, well, she didn't do anything wrong. It was those two. The hell it wasn't. And I think that's why I go so hard when it comes to dragging people. Because I'm just like, you're not gonna sit there and start making excuses for a character and just let it just slide. Like that's not what I'm doing here. I'm not gonna do that. Uh, that's not that's not I see what you're saying, Spider Quake, but I agree and I disagree. Duane says, but Abby, you said it's all about balance. Yeah, and it is. It is. But we're not going to sit there and try to have that person play victim on being like they didn't do anything wrong. But SM is gone. Why can't people move on? I don't know, Crystal. I don't know who SM is. Duane says on BNB, RJ, Eric, and Donna should tell, but it's Eric's decision at the end of the day. Yeah, but it's I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a selfish one though, and it's one that's based off of pride more than anything else. So, okay. Well, I mean, the reason why they can, Crystal, is because they don't want to, and they really shouldn't have to. You know, we can bring up these characters. We could sit there and talk about these characters. They're characters. It's fiction. It's not really that big of a deal. Um. Oh, thank you, Larby. Thank you. Lastly, says I think Luna might be on a Forrester former rival daughter today. She talked about her mother, but not her father, so it could be interesting. I just wish they'd give us a little bit more though with Luna. I really, really do. I mean, I know it's about RJ and his feelings and him being tug of war and everything, but it's like I don't know. I think B&B does have some issues a little bit, but they're only about 18 minutes long, so I feel like well maybe the writing needs to be better. They got some issues though. They got some issues, and they have to get through it. Going to have to get. Lashanta says, "I hope he marries Donna because we all know." Yes. Lastly, it says, "Yes, Albert, it's moving very slowly." Okay, B&B, today's episode is very good because, well, hope, of course, Hope the succubus. Hope the succubus at this point. I love it. You know, she's all about her ego and everything like that. And it's just, it's just me, 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 me. Like Quick says, it's like with Lulu, people love the first one more. Hmm. I can see that. I can see that. Okay. Here's what I'm going to sit there and say about this whole Trina thing. I give both of them their props. They both managed to sit there and make Trina their own character, and I think they both did pretty well. Um, that takes a lot of talent because I like both versions of Trina, right? For different reasons, but they both did an amazing job making Trina their own character, and that deserves a level of props. Why is that, Chandel? Bobby says I will not comment on the character you. That's exactly what she is. She's the succubus. I mean, I get that a little bit, Alyssa. It's like the first and the second Lulu. Like I said, although to be fair, I wasn't exactly a fan of the second Lulu. I find okay. You know what I actually find very very interesting to some extent because I feel like this is going to go into to a point where I'm not gonna like it. I just I don't understand if like y'all don't like each other, why are y'all talking to each other? Like why is that? Because I just feel like it's one of those, like if I don't like somebody and I'm talking to them, eventually I'm going to just get into an argument with them. I just don't really understand that. I mean, to be fair, I don't talk to people I don't like. That's my thing. Or people that who I know I'm going to be bound to have an argument with. Guy and Sean are back talking about their marriage, and also I just I feel like that. I feel like I don't. Um, hmm. Yeah, because the comments like that, and it's just like, yo, let's just chill out, just have a let's just chill out and have a good good time. That's actually okay. See, that's not true. That's not true. Actually, I think both. I think people like both trainers for different reasons. Um, I know I saw that. It's so weird because I saw him on other shows as well, and it's just so weird since they're seeing him now. And it's like, yo, that dude is the dude is from Arrow. Um, oh, here we go. Dave was good. Dave. Lashanta says Steffi's better come back before Brooke takes her job. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. It's better to just agree and disagree and just move on. Or just simply not talk to each other. You know? How about just try that? I mean, they both did a good job. I personally do like the second Trina, for different reasons. But it's not. See, me liking the second Trina doesn't negate the work that the first Trina did. You know. Belle says, I think when Belle talks to Philip that she softened up while Sean after her. Gemini says, um, Lucy's grandpop may be, hmm, I don't know who that character is, but I did come into the show a little kind of late. So, and I mean like late, like, well, 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, I think it's about 2 years ago. Yeah. WC says Trina's have a, yeah, that's what I said. I mean, they're played differently. Um, Justin says, I still can't believe we only get two Gs this week. It didn't come on Monday also, right? Yep, that's true. Unfortunately. Now, Alyssa says, "I don't play when it comes to Trina." See, that's kind of scary when you say it like that, because it almost comes across like we got to tread lightly when we sit there and talk about Trina, and Trina is a fictional character, so Goddess Chess is in the chat. Exactly, exactly. I mean, I could have swore I said, "Hey, you know what? If y'all don't like each other, maybe y'all should just leave each other alone. Stop talking to each other." Johnson says they showed cheat. Okay, so yeah, they did. And John Cook did some great acting. I really think he is well in real life. Well, yeah, in real life, yeah, obviously, yes. No, he definitely killed it. And what's good, Annie? It's good to see you again. Johnson says they're about to stop Dr. Montague. Yeah, no, Annie, yeah. Well, defending her is one thing. But when you start listening to saying I don't play that, that's where it's like they're just acting. You know what I'm saying? It's like I get what you're saying, but the words come across as somewhat kind of threatening. Somewhat. Now Jess says, can y'all move on? Damn, always talking about Trina. Well, no, I'm just not just saying it's like, people are gonna talk about the character, right? Well, let's say, but it's the way that you talk about the character. And he says some people say he's hmm. Yeah, no, I never said I never said that you was. Yeah, listen, as long as it's all fun and games or whatever, it's not that big of a deal. Janelle says, "Will Valentine tells Laura the truth about?" No, I mean to be fair, he would. No one would have known. No one would have known. Nina wouldn't have knew unless he saw this security footage. Have a night, Laura B. And Rihanna says, "Hello, Albert. I hope not ever can go either way with Eric." Thank you, Darby. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have no idea where with the likes. So, well, it's not his thing. It's not even desperate. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Exactly. I was like, can y'all just? I mean, honestly, tell you at this point, it's just easier for me um just time y'all both out than to have y'all go back and forth. Because I said more than once, I was like, hey, just stop talking to each other. But I guess we could just do it that way too. No, this. Have a night, Alyssa. Yeah, we got 22 people. Just say yeah, but you watching them go back and forth. Yeah, I mean, yes, that's true. But it it didn't really get ugly, you know. So it wasn't like, just like anger and stuff like that. So that's why I let it go, if that makes sense. Honestly, tell you the truth, they both act well, yeah, because then I'm just gonna sit there and just block them both and just be done with it. Anyway, no, no, that was the answer. Both act out, they're both getting blocked. The end. But nope. Okay, there it is. Anyway, now that that is out the way, Tyndall says, I think Victor used the C. I think Victor, what do you mean the C? What's the C? Really don't know why we're still bringing that up. I mean, I don't understand why you still talk to her. That's what I don't understand. But for some odd reason, y'all felt the need to sit there and go back and forth. But Tyndall, what is the C? Johnson says new season. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to get to that series. To be honest, I'm so backed up with so many other things that I got to sit there and watch. Sandel says, I think Victor used the car. Oh, okay. And I honestly tell you the truth, when you said Victor, I'm sitting there thinking it's Victor Newman. And maybe that's just me because I watched all four of them. Hmm. But yeah, that's yeah. Yes, I mean it's possible. And if it's not, I don't understand why Charlotte is trusting um Trina. I mean, I don't understand why Charlotte is trusting Valens. I mean, not Victor. When the last time I saw those two together, she wasn't really feeling Victor, like at all. Yeah, I mean, I do feel the same way. I'm just like, yo, just stop talking to her. I don't understand like why that's so difficult. Um, but I think for most of the part, you kind of was until you start talking to um Crystal Hopkins for some odd reason. They said, are you having people in the live tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm gonna do it again. Tomorrow I'm gonna sit there and send out the link in the chat if anyone wants to sit there and join. So Hopefully people will join. Hopefully people will sit there and come on, come through. I get it to some extent, but like the shyness and everything like that, like I get that part, you know. I think it'd be fun though. I honestly tell you, the truth, I was gonna promote it more yesterday, but then I just went into a tangent and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. So I'll try to do a better job as far as promoting it tomorrow. Yeah, Crystal, but I'm gonna be honest, you didn't exactly help the situation. And you're still talking about Spider Quick. I don't understand why. She actually said she was done with it. I don't understand what you even actually still explaining for. Hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I enjoy those movies, but I feel like those are the movies that actually creep me out the most. You know, I feel like those movies actually creep me out the most. Yeah, there's actually only two genres that actually will creep me out. Um, no, and I don't understand why you're putting everything in so much bold letters. All I said was you didn't help the situation, but yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like those movies are ones that actually creep me out the most. I'm surprised actually Kyrie's isn't here tonight because I did see him do a review today, but maybe I don't know. Maybe wrestling's on or something. Maybe wrestling's on or something. Anyway, Jeets has actually come back on tomorrow, and I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like okay, yeah, that's why I figured Spider Quake. Um, like in some way, even though it's only been 2 days, it was actually kind of nice to have a bit of a break from GH for somebody. Like I know today, and what's good on cherry ice cream. I know today, if I had to, if GH was on, I would either only have to I would actually had to either do a review or a live stream. Like I couldn't sit there and do both. It was long. It was long. I can't wait to get out of work, and it was kind of annoying. I hate training new people. I really hate training new people. Silent Night in action. What? I'm gonna look that up. Chindel says, I think I'm gonna check out one the only soap I've ever watched on CBS was B&B. Yeah, at this point, Chris Hopkins, I'm pretty much over it. So, um, but yeah, Chindel actually growing up, well, watching all the CBS, I only watch the ABC soaps. Um, despite what DC always keeps saying that they're saying, I did watch One Like to Live. One Like to Live, Poor Charles, and yeah, I figured that much, Jonathan. One Like to Live, Poor Charles, and General Hospital. Those are the only ones that I actually sat there and watched. But yes, I hate training new people. Oh my lord, I hate training new people. It's just, and it's really sad. I know people trained me before, but I don't remember being that difficult of a person, you know. But yeah. Also, okay, here's the thing. If anyone was watching Days of Our Lives, right? I felt like Chloe and Xander actually broke up for very stupid reasons. Very stupid reasons. I don't understand how Chloe still has feelings for someone who was obsessed with her. I mean, like literally obsessed. Drugged her own, drugged his own cousin to sit there and be with her. And the minute he came back into town, she was like, "I still have feelings for him." I'm like, "Wait, what?" And I don't understand why Xander wants to sit there and be with someone like Sarah. I've never found them to be a good match or anything like that. I don't get that. But I don't get it. More of death sentence. Kevin Bacon. I gotta check it out then. Chindel says I don't watch All My Children last year. It was on. Yeah, well, yeah, I tried All My Children, and I just feel like I don't know. I don't They also didn't have a lot of time too. Johnson said technically Brady is feeling his nap. Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right. Well, thank you for clearing that up. I'm more like a family member. Also, Jonathan, I gotta ask you a question since you're in the chat. Um, what do you think of Eric Reload's channel? What do you think of Eric's Reload channel? I want to know what your thoughts are. Jay should be back soon. Uh, well, Jess, I guess it's a name that I just got wrong. I just got wrong. But yeah, no, I still watch him too. I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. I feel like ever since the end of the Arrowverse, it's like his channel's been affected. Like I saw him do a reaction video towards two fan films, DC movies, and I just feel like ever since like since the Arrowverse is gone, it affected his channel. Like I was sitting there looking at his numbers and stuff like that, and I was like, whoa, like what is going on? Like I still watch him, but it's like my uncle loves Days. He was a Stepno fan. Darby said there's probably some old person in a retirement saying Albert was the most disagreeable trainee. Yeah, I can't. I don't have patience. I really don't. And some people can be cool, but it was like, oof. And it's I'm not gonna lie, and it's so bad because it's like we all start there. Johnson says hopefully next year we'll start getting new content he can review. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I still like him as a person. I just Like I noticed that his numbers took a hit because the content that he normally does review is like, well, you know what happened to it. Tim Deller. That's how you say. I'm at all right. I'm actually pretty bad with names if this chat has not already like known. Um, so I do apologize for butchering your name. Why is it? Oh, Shonda. Or Shonda. Oh, Shonda. Jesus Christ. Shonda. Wow. Thanks, Jess. It's actually pretty crazy. I haven't seen her in the chat in a hot minute, and I'm pretty sure I had her name right the first time. Well, when she was in the chat the first time. So it's like I just took a giant step backwards. Um, Shonda. Jesus. Yeah. Thanks, Jess. So my girl Jess always make me feel better. Well, says Albert, it did not take you long to get my. No, actually, it did not. But I'm going to be honest. I did actually cheat. Um, I typed your name in some program and it said it, but that's very true. Johnson says if Comcast does buy Warner Brothers next year, we could be getting DC content on networks like NBC, Sci-Fi. They will make you that will make you say, well, to be fair, Jonathan, hmm, you know how I feel about you. W says leave us kids alone. Oh, that's Just stay slaying people. I'm not gonna lie, Jess. I actually do, and I wasn't gonna say anything before, but I actually really do miss your name being highlighted. I do miss your name being highlighted with the Dragon Ball star on there. Shonda says it's okay. People always say my name wrong. I know who you meant. I know. It's just like also I haven't seen you in the chat in so long, so it's like I do remember you coming in here before. I guess all the craziness kind of made you stop coming, but it's cool. No, she's not. She's not kidding. She ain't kidding. I mean, she is Queen Jess, so I just love how she talks to me at this point. She's just so comfortable talking to me like that. I love it. I clearly have problems at this point. I know that. I thought about that at work today too. I was like, you know what, Jess? Spike Quick says, who got to buy you one, Albert? I thought about that at work. I was like, Jess is always like, Jess stays slaying me in these chats. And for some odd reason, I don't have a problem with that. I might need therapy at this point. Shauna said you and Brock. Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate that. Listen, if I get a mention next to Brock TV, that makes my day. That makes my day. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, but only in that part. Oh, Kyrie's. Well, I mean, yes, by a quick in a heartbeat. I don't really think that's a question. um, Darby says I took a nap. Us old people do that. You enjoy yours when you're. To be fair, actually, I do like taking naps too. Um, Seeing how my schedule could be so hectic at times, it's like if I do get a chance to take a nap, that's what happened. That's what happened last Friday. That's what happened last Friday. I took a nap and I woke up super late. And what's good, Kyrie's? It was really funny. I was just sitting there talking about you too. I was just talking about you. I was like, yo, where's Kyrie's? I was like, no one. I was like, where's Kyrie's at? Plus, it's actually really funny too. Um, I was. It is funny too, Kyrie's. I was going back and forth with somebody else. I'm not gonna lie. This person seems like they have your same kind of energy, Kyrie's. Like he defends Adam. He defends Adam just as hard as you, and Elena also. I literally sat there was like, what the hell is Kyrie said? She understood what happened to nighttime soaps. Hmm. Nighttime soaps. Somebody was talking about that too. Somebody was talking about that too. I think it might have been James. I think it might have been James. Oh, DC. DC's in the chat. The one and only. Came in just in time. Missed some drama. Um, you got Justin they talking to me all sorts of ways. And apparently I'm okay with that for some odd reason, which I need to see a therapist about. DC's like, what happened? It should be what happened now. Curry says, good, glad there was more people supporting Adam and Elena. They're always the ones in the right. Oh, Kyrie's. Here's something else. But seriously though, Kyrie's. I'm not even joking. Like he was defending Adam and Elena, like with your kind of energy, with your exact kind of energy. And I was sitting there like, I was like, yeah. I mean, Kyrie, I can only imagine if I was sitting there talking to you and that other person. DC says Adam and Elena are a match made in heaven. They both know how to destroy people's lives. Oh, Kyrie, you see that, right? I want to make sure, Kyrie, that you read that sentence. Read it twice. I want to make sure that's um that's what your boy DC thinks about Adam and Elena. They both know how to destroy people's lives. People say that I give smoke. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I literally sat there. I read that comment too. I'm just like, what? Well, I appreciate that, Spikequake. I said I could. Harry says Elena ain't destroying no one's lives. Okay, she an established, successful doctor and gorgeous as hell. She didn't tell that egg-headed divine to sucker punch Nate. He did that all on his own. Um, we're borderline in this fight. Y'all two were borderline in it, to be honest. Lacey says she destroyed Nate's medical career, destroyed the relationship he had with his family, and then went crying playing victim. Also says Adam has destroyed so many people's lives. I don't even know where to start. Darby says Albert, me, Spiderquake, and the princess are aces here. Well, Darby, she's the queen. She's not a princess, she's the queen. Where is Mr. Gray? Well, that's a good question. Probably out there just enjoying life right now, you know? I'm pretty sure he probably has some days off maybe. She destroys my career. Exactly, just I have no idea who this princess person is. But apparently I heard it was thrown around by two people. The holiday or not? DC says I finally noticed what Ethel said yesterday about why I'm not having so many flashbacks in one episode. Oh, okay, like this, like they're trying to stretch out the time. Okay. Also, I hate the way Rex was putting Santa down to Philip saying the woman we love. Well, I mean, I know that he has a sketchy past. He has to have a sketchy past, man. I mean, let's not try to act like he doesn't. Um, I'm gonna leave that alone. DC said, yeah, it's lazy writing because to keep flashbacks, to keep flashback to conversations had, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna disagree on that too. I think there's room for two queens or more in the chat. There we go. There you go, Kyries. I got finished watching your review. You actually did a couple of reviews today. I'm still just so amazed. Harvey says they don't call them the Disney Queen Collection. Yeah, I'm gonna let that go. But yeah, how I was Nick saying. Yeah, I talked about that. Spike Quick says, I heard they banned Ladies and Gentlemen now. What? Oh, hell no. I literally say that in my intro sometimes. Maybe. DC says it's giving Princess Cassie from Guiding Light. Mel says Albert on Young and the Restless has destroyed lies, not just Adam Celeste, make it crystal clear that I'm tired of Adam getting blamed when others are hypocrites. DC says I really hope Edmund isn't EJ's father. This yeah, I'm not yeah. Harry says I watched Born and Beautiful, just chose not to review it. Donna better keep her fat mouth shut. Let that old go handle his illness however he chooses. It's his choice alone. He's grown. Damn. That's that's crazy, Spider Quick. That's crazy. Man, I'm not gonna lie, Spider Quick. I wish you would actually set this fact a little bit earlier. That would have been fun to talk about. DC says Laura Wright played Princess Cassie on Guiding Light. Spider Quick says I heard it got banned because it's offensive if someone doesn't. Oh God. And I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone now, just for now. Harry says he didn't put a ring back on her untrustworthy finger. Johnson says, "Do you think Curtis will walk again?" I'm not gonna lie, Jonathan. That's a really interesting question, right? Because okay. Just on a side note from that, I remember when Batgirl actually was in the wheelchair for a while, and then she was able to walk again, and it was this big controversial. It was like people got upset. I'll sit there and say it. People got upset because people wanted Batgirl in a wheelchair. Um, so people took offense to that because she became the whole orchestra or whatever. So that's a really good question. I feel like if he does walk again, people are going to be pissed off. And it's funny too because I remember reading about that in comics, in the comic books or whatever, and people were really upset that Batgirl was able to walk again. I was just like, "Are you serious?" That's interesting. I could say, yeah, Ira is crazy. Like, I don't know what people want to be banned, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm still gonna sit there and say, ladies and gentlemen. I guess I'm just gonna have to get canceled. DC said Curtis will walk again. It's kind of like when Angela went blind on White Live. We never knew they would bring her back. Yeah, Albert kept watching the show. Oh yeah, of course. It's really funny, DC. I was just talking about you. I was like, DC keeps sitting there blaming me for Moonlight to Live being canceled, even though Moonlight to Live was the show that I actually started watching first before all the other soap operas. Sarah says Donna don't have a nickel in this quarter. Mind her business, stay in her lane. None of Brooke's business. Or Eric. Here's the thing. I get that, but I feel like she's doing it to her detriment, right? And you're sitting there saying that he has a right to sit there and handle it how he chooses. But I feel like in some sort of ways, um I feel like it's kind of selfish a little bit to sit there and keep that to himself. And I feel like he's doing it out of ego, you know? Buckler says, Buckler says, I know it's banned in school and I think the airport is, oh, Jesus Christ. It is so dumb. Yeah, I heard about that, John. Well, actually, to tell you the truth, DC told me about it. Chris can stay in the chair. Damn. DC says, I love how Albert's not watching Like to Live got canceled. It's like our running joke on here, but low key, his views could have. Well, yeah, I was say, I give you that. I give you that. I give you that. I give you that. DC. Krista says, I don't get the recast of Teresa. Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. You know, okay. I heard that somebody got stalked. And I remember Ron Wisnick there kept saying that this person got stalked and wanted to live, like it got serious. I don't know if that's what it is, though. If that's what you're talking about. I remember when Ron was in the chat, he kept saying somebody got stalked. And it was serious. Like they broke into the studio trying to kill her. Double CC now, ladies and gentlemen, are canceled. God put me in another planet. You are back. Darby says, I'm a boomer, your little brother, and she's the princess Nabris Maria. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was Andrea Evans. Okay. DC, I'm not gonna lie, I almost kind of feel bad because Ron kept saying it like 40 something times. He kept literally saying something like he kept saying that 40 something times. Yeah, it was Andrea. Andrea Evans, thank you. DC said had Albert Watson like to live, he wouldn't know who. That's hmm, maybe, but I did watch it. That was actually the first soap that I watched. No, I like I said, I think that's just like insane. You know, that's insane. DC says the first soap you watched and the first soap you've been into, and you know what, and that's true, and that is actually true. That is actually true. That's actually true. He is 100% correct. I did, and I pretty much just kind of kept it literally to General Hospital. Harry says Albert Ben Loganized Eric. Loganized Eric has a right to be selfish if he wants to be. It's his life. It's his health. It's his choice. Well, we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that because I stand 10 toes down on that, and it has nothing to do with um being Loganized. I just think it has a lot to do with pride, and he has people that love him, and I feel like it's selfish to take that time away from the people that care about him. DC says, don't forget the actor who played John got attacked by a fan because they thought he was really possessed. What? He knocked him down from a ladder. Yo, yo, That's what I'm sitting there saying. Some people just straight up nuts, right? Some people just like some people like some fandoms do really take things too far. They really do. Um, I gotta be honest. Certain Star Wars fans, certain Star Wars fans makes me feel embarrassed to be a Star Wars fan because of how some people just take take it that far. Um, and they just kind of ruin it for a lot of people, you know? Yeah, we. I mean, Spy Quick, I can, you can. How about we just don't. Yeah, I get it, Spy Quick. It's not for everyone. To be fair, it wasn't. I'm going to be honest. It wasn't for me as well. I don't remember which. I think I watched Rogue One, and I was like, you know what? Let me just get into it because I wanted to see what other people actually liked it so much. DC says like the actress who played Lisa on As the World Turned says she got slapped in the airport because a fan really. Yo, that is insane. Holy sh! I want to watch the Surreal Estate. Man, I haven't watched the Sci-Fi Channel in so long. No, I never heard of that. I also don't watch the Sci-Fi Channel though. The last time I watched the Sci-Fi Channel, I was watching a show called Being Human. And that was a very long time ago. Yeah, like I said, I get it. It's not for everyone. Have a night, Dave. Thank you for joining. Perry says those Loken sisters only care about themselves. Oh, okay. Okay, well, um, Christopher says, so is he still alive? And they walked away after that. I'm assuming that he's still alive. Is he still alive? Do you see the dude that fell off the ladder? DC says she said the fan slapped her and said to her, how dare you break up? Yeah, that's nuts. Just said they started horror movie marathons I've been watching. Hmm. You know, Jess, that's part of the clue. But yes, Jess, that's actually part of the clue, though. I still okay. Here's the thing. I still got to do some more research on the video, but I'll sit there and say that much though. That's part of the clue. So if it works out, there says I hope Xander gets joint custody of visitation. I like Xander. He gives me Adam Newman vibes. Hmm. Yeah, exactly a clue. Exactly a clue. And by research, I mean like actually research, not that. Christopher said with Eric illness, they might bring Thornton back. DC says, but low key, if I saw Martha Madison at an airport, I'd probably be like, sure, sure. You know, honestly, here's the thing. Even if DC did do it, he would do it in so much of a joking way. Also, no, Spider-Quake. Oh, I did. Horror. Yes, yes, horror. The theme is just horror. That's the theme. But that's pretty much the only clue though. Like tomorrow I actually have more time to sit there and actually do the research and everything like that. So DC says to me Xander has more of a conscience than Adam. I don't know why I have a little soft spot for Xander. See, Kyrie, I'm not the only person that gets you, like riled up about Adam. Here's the thing: DC goes way harder about Adam than I do. No, that's the clue, Jess. It's the theme is horror. Yeah, it's horror. If everything goes well, it's going to be a very fun and exciting video. Yeah, yeah. DC says I'll probably talk next time. Please stay in your seat so Sean doesn't have to cheat on. Also, you know what, DC? I got somebody new at my job that looks just like DC. I got somebody at my job that looks almost just like DC. Like I swear they can almost be brothers. And it's crazy too, because he's been coming in a lot and everything like that. And I was like, this dude looks like DC. He does. I know you and I get on DC whenever he does. I always have something to say right back. But DC says, "Oh snap! I got a long lost twist. Is giving Drew Kane vibes." Yeah, and the sad thing is, I feel like he's just as useless as they say that Drew Kane is. I feel like your twin is just as useless. I really do. I feel like your twin DC is just as useless. DC says take a picture of him or sneak one and send it to me. I have a family where he lives, so it's possible. Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy. He actually does look like you. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He is. Harry says Knicks wore a JT mask to terrorize Victor. He didn't care about collateral damage. And Cherry Ice Cream says LOL. Darby says I think DC is stalking Albert to the point that he got a job working with Albert. No, seriously, this dude looks just like DC. I'll say that much. I'm gonna say that much. Just says DC and Albert should do a meetup one day. Plan a meetup. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that to come out there. Yeah, I mean, same thing. Yeah, I think it'd be actually cool to go out there though. See what it's like in Florida. Johnson says, I just remember Mason kidnapped Ava, and we don't know where she ended up. Hmm. Good point. Harry says, but who's the mystery Adam supporter that has? Oh, I forgot his name. I forgot his name. He was going in. He was going in. I was going in. Um, you wouldn't have been happy with me. I'll tell you that much. You would not. You would not have been happy with me. And I'll tell you one other thing, Curtis. If I did a review today on The Young and the Restless, you wouldn't have been happy with me. Darby says, or maybe I did one too many zones with you, AC and DC everywhere. No, but seriously, he had well, okay, A Train does look like him. Okay, A Train on the boys does look like DC. Um, DC says, but I feel Xander isn't as cheered as Adam though. He did bad things, but always had good intentions behind it. Hmm. Well, okay. I mean, that's your opinion, Kyrie's. You're entitled to have it. I'll say that much. But see, that's my whole thing, though. Like, I'm not team one person. I'm not team the other. Hmm. It's hard for me to get into Pet Cemetery, though. Tracy, you would not have been happy. Yeah, he wouldn't have been. Yes, he does. Why you keep saying that for, Jess? He does. DC says, but why does Nick suck? I need receipts. I'm a Nick supporter through and through, and Nick stay looking good. I look at the situation and see my and I said this in the beginning. So now I'm gonna sit there and roll up Kyrie's for a minute. I look at the situation and I look at the way that Sally is they're treating Adam, right? The way that Sally is treating Adam is pretty much just very disrespectful. Okay, very disrespectful. But the people that like Adam don't really come for Sally. They don't come from Sally. They don't hold her accountable. And for some odd reason, they still want Sally and Adam together. And I don't know why. I don't know why. I honestly think that both of those brothers would do so much better than to be with Sally. Oh, Aries, and you thought I was meant there going hard. See, I'm fair. DC is the one that's meant there giving him all the smoke. W says, "Oh boy, DC has so much time on his hands that he has to follow Albert at his job. Albert has such an ego. No, I do not. Because even if I think about having an ego, Darby, Jess is going to be right there to sit there and check me. Jess is going to be right there to sit there and check me. Mm, I heard about that storyline, and I'm going to be honest. Sharon didn't actually do her part as well. Like she literally, yes, it was disrespectful for what Nick did. Okay, but he usually does take two in a situation like that. But like I said, it's easy to blame Nick for well, everything. Johnson says, I have no problem giving Sally smoke. I personally think Adam should just cut her loose. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you for being reasonable. Barry says those two brothers will never be friends, even if Sally weren't in the picture. And that's true as well. But she's not helping the situation by playing with both of their emotions. She said, true. And guess what? Adam made Sharon and Ashley grieve their daughter. Nick didn't do that. Oh, oh, oh my. It's really interesting. If we were playing good cop, bad cop between me and DC, I think that DC would actually be bad cop. I think that DC would actually be bad cop. DC says I do feel that Nick should have gave Adam a break after he gave her the bone marrow. I mean, yes, that's true. Um, Toby says, let me guess, your long lost um identical twin name is LA. Hmm, I like that. DC says, but Adam slept with the Newman family housekeeper nephew to stay out of jail. He manipulated that man. See? You know, Kyrie's, well, and Kyrie's, you thought that I was going to sit there and rile you out. But clearly, DC got nothing on me. I mean, I got nothing on DC. You know, my whole thing is just I'm not a fan of blaming. Um, I had the best laugh in a while. I just had the best laugh in a while. I'm always kind of scared to sit there and wonder what you're laughing about. Um, you know, like I said, I look at that whole thing and I'm like, some fans will sit there and blame Nick for everything, and it's just like it's a level of tunnel vision where it's like the debate, the conversation just well goes south pretty fast. DC says, and Adam killed the child, so I rest my case. No further questions, Your Honor. I ask all charges against my client Nick Newman be dismissed immediately. Okay, well, you got it right there, Kyrie's. Right there. Mm, 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 mm. Let's see. Let's see. I call. I don't know what they're doing with that. DC says to Kyrie's, I can offer your client Adam a plea deal since I'm pretty much won this case. I don't see Kyrie's in the chat, so maybe Kyrie's tapped out. Toby says Adam didn't see that child. No one could see that child, could see that coming. DC, that could have happened to anyone. True, but he still killed her, Darby. Nick didn't kill any children. That's good. Oh, October 2024. Hmm. I actually like that movie. I actually like that movie. So I'm glad that they're actually making a part two. Looks, I mean, Carrie says Adam did pull over that night to stop Billy, the one that left that child unattended. Hmm. You know, I look at that and I said, damn, well, to be fair, and it is what Jonathan says. Yes, it was an accident, right? So I'm not gonna put him on that. DC says, Kyrie, just take the plea deal, or I'll change my mind. So my whole thing is, whenever I sit there and I talk about the Young and the Restless, I don't really have anything negative to come at sometimes mostly about that. I really don't. Um, it's usually my takes on this whole thing with Nick and Sally. It's like it's so they're making this a competition between Adam and Nick. Martha says everyone the writer should give Nick a real awesome woman, real pretty and rich. Let Sally and Adam have each other's winnings. How you doing tonight, Martha? DC says, but if I accidentally kill someone, child, I would never try to take them down. And the business world, the way he insulted Billy when he should be making Billy life easier. Hmm. Yeah, it's just odd to touch you. Like I said, that just seems like a complete and utter disaster. I mean, like just the worst thing that can wind up happening. Harry says he tried to make Billy's life easier, but after Billy intentionally tried to kill him on three separate occasions, enough was enough. Oh, wow. Darby says, but as tragic as it was, every time Chloe had a bad day, she pulls the card out her butt to throw that horrible day in Adam's face. Nick could deal with that type of trauma. Knows that, well, everyone except for me. Johnson said that's the thing about the business world. It never is personal. It's just business. That's also very true. DC said true, but Adam had it coming. We should do again one day, DC and Kyrie's. We should do a part two. We should do a collab part two. I think that's what we should do. Johnson says overwhelmed grief is no excuse for attempted murder. Well, mm, no, but you're right. On on a logical sense, yes. On a logical sense, I do agree with that. Emotions are very tricky, right? Like ultimately, you are right. You know what? I'll sit there and say you're right because I do try to lean more towards logic than emotions. Um, DC says, "Where are my Knicks supporters? Y'all always stay quiet. Come help your boy out." Yeah, I do tend to go more on the logical side. That's like Jocelyn, right? That's like yes, exactly, Ambassador. And we got to do it again. That's like Jocelyn. So Jocelyn complains about Sunny, hates Sunny, and hates Sunny's world, but has the audacity to sit there and shack up with Sunny's bodyguard at this point. Now, people want to sit there and say is you can't help but who you fall. You can't help but who you fall for. But I'm like, that's BS, and that's a cop out. At the end of the day, Jocelyn is a hypocrite. Point blank. Period. That's just how it is. Larry says there's only Albert with UDC. Well, I'll sit there and say this. It's not even so much like I'm a Nick supporter or I'm an Adam supporter. I look at the episodes like case by case. You know, I look at it case by case because ultimately, this really does come down to Sally, right? Sally has a mind of her own, but it's like most people tend to forget about that because it's like, well, let's just. I'm sorry, what? Just say you just be talking to talk. No, Jess, I'm talking because it's facts. Talking because it's facts, Jess. But you know what? You know what, Jess? Since you're in the chat, why don't you actually explain that to me? Why don't you tell me how is that not being a hypocrite, Jess? Um, Tell me that's not being a hypocrite. That you are dating a guy that's in the mob, but you hate the mob. You hate Sonny in his world, but you don't hate it enough to sit there and date Sonny's right hand man. That's not being hypocritical. Make that make sense for me. Toby says, so you're a Sally hater, Albert. I guess so. I just I don't understand why people don't just come at Sally as well. Johnson says not neither Adam or Nick are saints and neither of them are pure evil. Case closed. Yeah, I mean you and that's a well morally gray, but yeah, everyone's different shades of different shades of grays when it comes down to it's just when I look at these fandoms sometimes I'm always sit there like people sit there and say they're team Nick saying overlook everything that Nick does but they make excuses and people sit there and say they're team Adam like okay cool fine but then what is a lot of people that usually sit at their team Adam they make excuses they overlook things and it's just oh okay yeah all right that seems about logical. See, exactly what you know what, Jess. You just made my thanks, Jess. You just made my point so much more clearer. Thanks, Jesse. Jess. That's my whole thing, Jess. Whenever we sit there and debate, you just you just have this knack of just making it so much easier for me. I appreciate you. Tracy says, at Albert, that seems just about logical. I, I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm just saying. She just makes it too easy sometimes. That's all. But I appreciate it though. Johnson says, "What kick will you have when Gabby is confronted by everyone?" Oh, Gladys. I don't know. I may get some ice cream. I may actually get some special ice cream for that one. I think I can get some special ice cream for that one. I think that's more of an ice cream sort of day. You know what? At this point, I don't even care um how cold it is outside. Mel says Albert, Jesse, Trevor also could both come back for Smile too. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, I really couldn't stand Jesse. I couldn't stand his character. I could not stand Jesse T's character. Um, he just annoyed me. There was something about his character that just annoyed me. But the other people, yes, I'm with that. Justin said you should have ice cream cake. Ice cream cake. Maybe that might not be bad. It might not be a bad idea. DT says Nick started a clinic for the less fortunate. What has Adam done to help our society? Justin says Jesse. Yep, exactly. Yeah, he was in a movie called Smile. Um, he was in a movie called Smile. I'm gonna be honest. His character annoyed me. I just remember his. I mean, granted, I watched it a while ago, but I just remember his character just annoyed me. I actually really did like that movie. It was kind of creepy a little bit. Now, DC says I have to admit Usher was wrong for what he did. Um, DC, are you talking about Usher the singer? Are you talking about Usher the singer? You mean the whole situation with him and that other chick? I can't remember her name. And Johnson says Adam saved Victor's life. He took a bullet for him. Hmm. Okay, DC, why don't you explain to me how Usher? Okay, not that he wasn't. Okay, okay. DC, who do you think was more wrong, Usher or Kiki Palmer? Who do you think was actually more wronger in that situation? Cherry ice cream says rum raisin. I mean, as far as ice cream goes, mm, I just feel like he didn't help the situation, right? But he didn't help the situation. But I mean, Kiki Palmer was, dead wrong in that situation, and not okay. Cool. I want to make sure it was on the same point. I would say I think it could maybe caught her off guard, and she didn't want to make things awkward, and he shouldn't have put her. I would say I think it may be caught her off guard, and she didn't want to make things awkward. Huh? Did you watch the same video that I watched when she was sitting there dancing on him all seductively and everything? And then they got into an argument. And you know what she did after that? She made a video with him. Harry says, I've been missed this comment, so I'll say it again. Noah, Nick, Sharon, Summer, Stitch, Chance, Faith, and Victor are our lives Adam has saved at one point. Oh, okay. I mean, that's cool. Kyrie, here's the thing. I mean, I don't hate Nick. I don't hate Adam. Um, I don't hate Adam. Um, I just, I look at situation and I base it off the situations, off of episodes, not so much of who did what, who did the most, who went back and forth with each other. I base their actions based off of the episodes you know, that happens. DC says her boyfriend wasn't wrong for what? Yeah, Jess, that's I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, Jess. That's exactly what I said. I was like, I'm sorry, huh? Tracy says she only made a video with him because the boyfriend caused such a mess. Well, yes, but I mean, she made it worse. Just that her boyfriend was all the way wrong and bringing it to social media was a bad move. Yes, and that's very true. But I think her boyfriend, I mean, yeah, no, they're good now, but I mean, come on, Jess. Let's not sit there and try to act like the way she was sitting there dancing when I was out of pocket. And then made a video. It's like exactly you went tit for tat with her. It's like, okay, cool. So you did this, now I'm gonna sit there and do that. They're both wrong in that manner. Like they're both wrong in that manner. Didn't mention the grinding. No, no, no. He didn't mention no. He didn't mention the grinding. I'm mentioning the grinding. Tracy says it was kind of like in the movie The Five Heartbeats where they were fighting on stage and they ended up making it part of the act. Hmm. Johnson says, "Do you think EJ would try to call off the head?" I think he will. I just don't know if he. I don't know if she should. I don't know if he should because for me, I'm just like almost still does count. Almost still does count in my book. I don't know, Jonathan. I don't know if he actually has anything to arrest him on. I don't know if he actually has any proof though. Oh, I didn't know that, man. Oh, that's interesting. DC says, so wait, what did he do prior to make her crying on Usher? I'm lost. I get it, and I do believe that dancing with Usher was, I'm sorry, it was innocent. Oh, and decent. Okay. Just says if he didn't like her grinding, I would understand, but the clothes was not the problem. Yes, and just and yes, I do agree with that part. I do. I do 100% agree with that part because for me personally, I feel like if I'm with someone, I'm not telling them how to dress. They've been dressing way before I got into the picture. So on, but and that's another thing, Jess. That's another thing. If they here's the thing. If they set boundaries, right, Jess? Let's just sit there and say, for the sake of argument, they set boundaries. He's like, listen, if you're gonna be with me, I don't like my ladies meant to dress in a certain type of way, right? And she did something like that out of pocket, and she decided to just say, "F you, I'm gonna dress how I want." Then I can see him being upset. But things ain't any rules, then that's on him. And that's the problem. And that's the problem. Even with that, Jess, it's like we don't know what kind of issue, what kind of, you know, we don't know what their rules and their boundaries was. So that's something else to sit there and consider. That's the problem with that argument because I don't got a problem with that, but you know, Johnson says you could tell EG look ready to kill Ava himself as well. I mean, yeah, Jonathan. I mean, the way that she walked on in his place, like, not gonna lie, I'd probably be ready to sit there and do something as well. Not just want to walk up in my place like that. Darby says, I'm usually on your side, but your take on EJ is kind of whack because if Xander gets shot after Susan returns, the cops. Oh well, yeah, yeah, obviously yes. I'm just not the same, Darby. Like I can see I can see him still being upset. It's like, all right, yeah, you didn't do it, but you almost did it. You know, DC's Province Kiki is a celebrity in the entertainment industry, and he's not. So in those situations, I don't feel like you can set boundaries. What exactly, Spikequake? JC says, I just don't like you. I just don't think you should have said anything in public at all. Got a point. You got a point. Harry says, I would want to nothing except offer her some tea or bottled water. If you say so. Just say yeah, but talk to her in private. Don't. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, yes. I feel like that was a whack move. I have another name for it, but I'm not going to sit there and say it. But yes, Bobby says all AJ can do is hug his mom and deny all the crimes. DC says, well, just like Gone Days, Kiki should have stayed in her seat. I love it. Well, I mean, yeah, yeah. No, yes. More of a heart than most people. Gemini says, look, my family is Caribbean, and if you attend Caribbean festivals, DC, you'll be mad because we dance worse than Usher. Johnson says, I do like how AJ took charge as the mayor of family since he returned. Yes. I mean, somebody has to sit there and steer the ship. And I think that EJ is up for the challenge. DC says I'm Caribbean too, but we don't do that. But had she discussed things with her boyfriend prior, it would have been less messy. Yeah, going to social media and snitches saying how she should have been dressed was a whack move on so many different levels because even if they had a discussion and he decided to sit there and do that anyway, she decided to do that anyway. Just talk to her. Just talk to her. Gemini says, get your insecurity game up before you get into a relationship and take your partner outside. Yep, I agree with that. You are exactly, Jess. She is 150% correct. Just as know the person you're in a relationship with. I don't think I could either, DC. DC says more of the story when you're in a relationship, you need to stay in your seat. That's what I said, Mel. Like she is more of a heart than most people because I would have been pressing charges with the quickness. Johnson says it's just because it just didn't feel right when Gabby was controlling all the mirror, all things the mirror. Curry says Adam even forgave Billy for 3 times the attempted murder. Then after they agreed to a truth, Billy accepted vindictive Victoria's story to do a hatchet job on Adam, so Adam owes Billy nothing. Mm. Just say because you better not try to hang me just because we're together. Handle me. Oh, change. Yeah, I agree with that. You gotta sit there and you gotta take the person as they are, but yeah. Well, I have to go back to that sentence for a minute. We're together. Hmm, you have a point. You have a point, Jess. You have a point. I can't disagree with that. Can't be with somebody and then sit there and say, "Hey, listen, I need you to sit there and stop wearing this, or I need you to stop sitting there doing that." Yes. Yeah. She's on point. DC says, but guys, dancing on someone in public when you have a partner has nothing to do with trust. I see why y'all all Adam fans now. LOL, I'm playing. And he's not playing. But here's the thing, DC. You got the story like you got the story reverse. Kiki was the one that was dancing on Usher in a very sexual way. Okay. Um, which was still, yeah. Why the Johnson says EJ is definitely a true demerit. He's not afraid to kill. Just says unless it's reasonable. Okay, well, now I'm okay. Just now I'm kind of confused. You said things unless it's reasonable. Like, what do you mean by that? Oh, you know what? Never mind. Nope, 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 no. I kind of need a little bit of clarification. I think I have a scenario, but I want to sit there and see what yours is. Darby says it doesn't matter if EJ isn't the merit. Okay, that's true. That's true. Cherry ice cream. Um, he was just more butthurt that his reaction was just sad. Gemini says not hypersexual. Anything is subjected to the person that everyone thinks the same. That's that's true. But so when you watch the video, it's like we can all sit there and look at that and be like, she went too far. She went too far. With that, that was my issue. That was my issue. Up until there, even the way she was dressed was like whatever. Um, the dancing is where I took issue. Because like that was out of pocket. That was out of pocket. And it's like that's something that anyone could sit there and be like, "No, you're doing too much." Tracy says she was just at a concert having a good time. I don't think she meant anything by it. Um, what? Oof. It's very it's. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with that because it's like if she didn't think the way that she was dancing on him didn't mean anything, didn't like she didn't think anything that big. I don't know if I could sit there and date somebody who would sit there and do something like that and just think that it was not that big of a deal. Um, I don't even know where to start on just how wrong that sentence is. And it's not even so much as that. Is that again, Spider Quick? No offense, you're young. Number two, people deal with things the way that they're going to deal with things. And number three, well, you're young. So Johnson says, I actually had a dream last night that on days Dario showed up at Stephanie's door and Stephanie was not too happy to see him. Stephanie was not too happy to see him. Hmm. Just says, so only go to a concert and dance when you're single? Okay. Wait, wait, what? Actually, no, 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 no. Because just you act okay. You actually agree with me that the way she was dancing was too much. So, um, why are we backtracking? Why are you backtracking? Just you actually agree with me that she was dancing on him in a way that was inappropriate. So why are we back? Why are we back? Why are we backsliding for? Why are we backtracking for? If you get cheated on, you cheating back is justified. It's justified in my eyes. Spike Quake. It's justified in my eyes. I'll say that much. It's justified in my eyes. She said, I remember me and my ex argue about how I felt people in relationships shouldn't be going to clubs unless it was for work, and he doesn't go to clubs, but it was a debate, and he didn't like my stance. Carrier says, in order for revenge blank to be worth it, you need receipts to make it truly. Otherwise, even otherwise, you might not, you might still be on a losing end. Hmm. No, I just think it's just no. I mean, it's it's pretty quick. It's cool. It just means that you're both wrong, so that's fine. DC says, but doesn't cheating back seem kind of toxic though? It seems balanced. That's what it seems like. It seems balanced. Seems balanced in my eyes. And in a situation like that, that's the that's the only opinion that matters. Curry says, I'm going to attempt to bring you a new perspective on that. Then I look forward to that. I look forward to that. Curry says, I'm going to put some real thoughts into that. There a new angle you're not looking at. Well, then I look forward to that then. No, and it's quite quick. That's the sad part is that I'm not. I'm not. Darby says that part of the business, that's part of the business, and as someone who dated a star, you should get used to that part of the business you signed up for when you first started dating her. Gemini says, I tell people do not project your past relationships on a new one. It's different people. I agree with that. I agree with that. Hmm. Well, see, that's the problem now, Spider Quick, because I do believe in therapy. But what I also believe in? I believe that you're young. You have a very young perspective, and I believe that Jess is smart, beautiful, and smart as she is. She's 100% wrong. So y'all can be wrong together. So she says, Albert, it just means that you're both wrong. Yes, exactly. And you know what, Tracy? I can live with that. I can live with that. Not your young perspective. I'm not I'm not wrong. She said, but I lighten up a bit since. Just says, what am I wrong about? How much time do you have? How much time do you have? Because I can go through a list, or or do you want something specific? I love how that's the part that she chose to narrow in on, not the beautiful and smart and beautiful, but that part. That's cute. I like that. That's just something else. Mel says, I don't believe that cheating on someone is like cheating on your taxes. Okay. Um. Hmm, no, no, it does not. But you're young, so I'm going to just sit there and say, okay. Oh, wait, Darby. Oh, thank you, Darby. I think cheating destroys any relationship. Yeah, I mean, I agree. They hang out with friends. Well, first of all, where the well, if you think so, Spider Quake, more power to you. But thank you, Darby. Thank you for the gifted. Well, thank you for gifting the membership. No, no, seriously, I appreciate that. Johnson says, I probably will. I'm gonna be honest, Jonathan. I didn't like the first one. Um, I might see the second one just because I saw the first one. I'm gonna be honest though. DC said Jess could have really used that membership though. Well, at one point, ordered me, Jess ordered me to sit there and get her membership. Yes, yes, yeah. That I will see. That I will see, Jonathan, with the quickness. Well, I'll take the first part. You're young and you have a young perspective. So, thank you, Darby. DC says so. Pretty much, when you don't have your membership, it's like you lose your shares in the company. Okay, well, that went sideways pretty fast. Harry says yes, it's going to be on a membership only stream. I'm going to attempt to educate Albert's mindset. No, it's just I mean, that's the thing, DC. At different ages of our lives, we have different perspectives, and you know, that's just how it is. But it's not thinking it all the way. Nope, it has nothing to do with masculine. It has everything to do with what I want. What my needs are in that situation. That's what it has a lot to do with. It has nothing to do with masculine. It has nothing to do with being masculine. It has everything to do with in that situation what I will and won't tolerate. When you get to a certain age, you know what your limits are. You know what you will accept and what you won't accept. Sit there and that's cute. I like that. But no, that's the truth. It's my acceptance. But you know what? You know what? I look for I look forward towards Kyrie's educating me on a different perspective. Um, it's actually going to be a good conversation. Johnson says, "Have you watched any?" No. I want to, but at the same time, it's like I have a list of things that I'm working backwards to get through. Like I still want to sit there and finish watching Attack on Titan. I still want to finish watching Attack on Titan, and I didn't even actually finish watching the movie yet. Like when I sit there and say like I got stuff that I haven't even watched yet, I still got to watch This Is Us. So I got a list, and I'm nowhere close to watching anything new. except for the Marvel stuff. That's the only thing I kind of take a shortcut and we'll just watch it. Have a good night, DC. Thank you for joining. Oh yeah, no, I'm added to the list. I'm added to the list, Jonathan. No, so I gotta sit there and finish adding to the list. Young Justice. I'm like 2 seasons away from like the last from fans watching it. Yes, I am definitely adding it to the list. List to the list to the list. Yes, and yep, so funny, Jonathan. I was just thinking about that today. Oh damn it! Thank you for reminding me about that. Yes. Definitely gotta add that to there. I'm so far behind. I guess that's just what happens when you're a content creator and you're doing what I do on that level to some extent. But yes. Um so anyway, I think I'm gonna sit there and end the live stream right here. I can't believe we actually almost did 3 hours, which I did not see coming. Um this was a lot of fun though. This was a lot of fun. But yes, this was actually a lot of fun. I do want to sit there and thank everyone for joining. This is great. Um, I'm only going to sit there and say positive stuff right now because I have some thoughts later on about certain people in the chat. Johnson says we did A3. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to sit there and say. Yeah, we practically yeah, pretty much is 3 hours. Yeah. Dee Dee, good night. Queen Jess, you have a great night. Jess the Goddess. Johnson says join us next time for another edition of Soul Chop without Bostic. Yes. Have a good night. Have a good night, Spider Quick. Like I said, Spider Quick. Next time that they're in here, just don't say anything to them. Like don't even sit there and talk to Alyssa. Don't say anything to Alyssa. Just y'all just keeping y'all separate corners. And this way I don't have to sit there and think about just timing y'all out. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I agree with that, Spider Quick. Um, but yeah, yes. I want more people in this chat. And if I gotta sit there and get rid of 2 people to do it, then I'm cool with that as well. Kyrie says, good night, Queen Jess. Good night, DC Melta. Good night, Jonathan. Good night, Spider Quake. Good night, Melanie. Good night, Darby. And good night, Boomer Bostic. That's my guy right there. But yes, have a great night, everyone. Stay safe. And yeah. And what I said, Spider Quake. Oh, don't worry. It goes for her as well. And as far as Crystal Hopkins, I'm not going to really get on that. That's an entirely different thing. Have a good night, Ambassador Sam. It was really great to see you. Good night, Gemini. Thank you for joining. You're tired of that woman, I can tell. I would just appreciate if you just don't talk to her. Y'all don't like each other. I don't understand why y'all need to talk to each other. We're here to have fun, you know? It's like, it's unnecessary. So, Remember what I said, Spider Quake. All right, laters. Like I said, I like everyone here. Well, like I said, timeout is gonna equal to blocking. So not likely, but I like everyone in chat. I mean, Spike Quake, we like you in the chat too, but just stop talking to them. You act like I asked for so much. Like, Jesus Christ. Uh, Christopher says hand pinky wave. Yes, hand pinky wave back. So weird when they can't put emojis. Or they put an emoji and that's what it really does come down to. Okay, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page, Spider Greg. All right, everyone. Have a great night. I will see you out in the next live stream. Laters.